Hello and welcome back to Rollout Adventure, the only D&D stream where we proxy our players. How's it going, everyone? I am your Dungeon Master, Zalora, always here to tell stories and roll dice and throw giant frogs at my players. Teo.
Hi, I'm D. I play the party's warlock, Teo, who is currently assigned to destroy the very item we're, as a party, have been assigned to find. I'm gonna throw it over to James.
Hi, I'm James. I play the party's ranger, Xylar. He might be a bit more indulged to destroy some of these artifacts, if possible, as things go on. I'm going to throw it over to Briston.
Hi, I'm Briston. I play for Sepha. She is the Water Genasi sorcerer. She just really wants to fuck things up. So I don't think she has a preference for how. Josie.
Hi, I am Josie. I play Elodine, our team's Fire Genasi artificer. She is really into fixing things, and right now she does not like what we're doing, but she's here for the team.
Sorry, cat. All right, we're back. We're good.
Yeah, all I heard was Josie say something and then I got cut off.
Okay, so I didn't even get my introduction out, right?
At least on my end.
I didn't hear anything. I thought I was the only one who froze, so I was.
No, I did too. But no,
That's
a cat was being very naughty and distracted our engineer.
Sorry about that.
I am Josie, and I am holding a cat. Y'all just can't see her. I am our team's Fire Genasi. Her name is Elodine. She is not excited for this quest that we're on, but she's here for the team. So, no, she's down for whatever we have to do.
Right. And Jace Ezreal, our cleric, is not here today. However, there's 5 party members, and you yourself could be the 6th to introduce yourself at the start of every one of these streams. That's right. Roll Adventure is looking for a 6th cast member. So if you're interested, I have pinned a link into the Twitch chat and put it onto the YouTube for those of you watching on that end. Apply today. Application does not mean interview. Interview does not mean spot. All right. Disclaimer done. But yeah, we're looking for a 6th cast member, so if you're interested, you want to jump in on this, if you've been watching us, I'm sure you know exactly the kind of chaos we get up to, and we want to welcome you to it. All right. With that being said, however, we return to where the party is, hunkered under a tree in a rainy forest clearing. After having slew the guardians of the forest that have stopped them, the wheel druidic beasts, they huddle under as a light rain falls, taking a short rest and contemplating their next choices. And that's where we're open to scene.
Hey, it's really good that I kept this rainy weather here, huh?
Yes.
As you all are huddled under the various company ponchos.
How do you think our boss's boss would feel about this?
Obviously they don't like it. I don't like this.
What's our plan exactly?
I think in my head it was just mess stuff up the bare minimum that we can.
Yeah, we really rushed into this like quickly without making any plans, which is okay. However, now is the time to make a plan. No, don't
We could,
look
like-
like that. I didn't mean it like that. I just
I was
meant
like, if
like
you
you could make a plan.
If we could warn them somehow, but like we're being spied on magically.
I don't
So-
think I do not think we can warn them like ever. Like I
Yeah.
know we want to, but like we just have to fuck it up
Yeah, it's true.
or we die. We are going to die, and I do not want to die.
Again, that feeling of being watched is twofold for you guys. Not only is this forest, which has been layered heavily with Fey and Druidic rites, also your very shadows from the beast that Inquisitor Sunblade left with you.
Yeah,
Did we get an
exactly.
idea of like what you can see exactly, or is it still like super vague?
We discussed this and I totally forgot.
Basically, they can hear what we're saying. We can probably write stuff down, we think, and that won't be too much of a thing. But how do we pass
make-
that around with that?
Make an Arcana check, actually.
Arcana.
Whoever wants to make an Arcana check.
I have a +3, so that is what I'm doing.
Ooh boy.
Never
That's
mind.
8.
Well, I got a 10. It's not as horrible as it could have been.
The 6.
The look on our
Except for
DM's face.
Oh, what you guys got?
Teo!
I got an 8.
What about Ezreal? What does Ezreal roll? with?
Ezreal exists outside of combat. We know
Ezreal
this.
doesn't
Wait,
roll.
what am I rolling? What am I rolling? I missed that.
Arcana.
Arcanas.
Arcana.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. I don't even have my sheet open. I knew I was
Ezreal got a
missing
nat
something.
20.
No, that was literally me during the intro. I'm like, it's very quiet. And I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't turn the fucking music on.
Yeah,
the
I'll
most
turn it down
important
again.
part of setting the scene is the music. And I didn't have that.
Ooh,
be there eventually.
spooky.
Never mind. I rolled a 6. I'm not there.
We are really not into our Arcana.
As far as you guys are
As we did
able
roll
to
a nat
tell.
20. That
Man, would be
person-
so cool if she were here right now.
absolutely.
As far as your guys' knowledge of the arcane goes for such things, she can see, hear, and she knows exactly what's going on. Everything. She knows this conversation right now. She knows what you ate for breakfast or whether
Yeah.
you didn't eat breakfast.
Here's the thing, y'all. Here's what we can do. I've got. Where the hell is it? Did I get rid of it?
Oh no.
I think I did, but okay, I'm just gonna take a moment and unequip and re-equip some spells.
You could do that on a long rest.
We're not long resting.
You're short
We're on a
resting.
short rest.
Damn it.
unless you want to make camp. It's you realize at this moment though, it's hard to tell the time of day.
Yeah, we're in like the Feywilds.
Yeah,
Making
you're
camp is
in-
a bad idea.
You're in
Sounds like
a
a fun
forest
time.
that is on the edge.
Sounds like a
of
great
another
time.
plane of
Let's not do it.
existence.
I had a spell that makes it so I could like write a message in the air, but we were never using the spell, so I equipped something else, and now that I could use it.
I'm gonna roll to see
But
how
I can
ballsy
do
Taylor's
this.
feeling right now.
And then I
Roll
do
the 4, he's
dancing
a-
lights. Dancing lights. I can create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover for the duration of 1
So you're
minute.
gonna-
Never mind.
You're gonna light right.
Yes. So
Yeah,
if we're
you can do that.
moving forward, I can do this, but it only is for like a few minutes.
Well, it's a cantrip, so you can continuously keep casting it.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Never mind. You're right. Up to 10-foot radius of light around us. But I can move them up to 60 feet away.
So do you just like pop them up and it's like, here, this will help us see in the way we're going?
Yep.
Okay.
It's better than nothing. Also, James, or not James, Zyler, you are so good in the forest, right? So good in the forest.
Yeah, great in the forest. Let's keep
That's
going.
you're the one who got us off the path on purpose because it was leading us into circles, I'm sure.
Mhm,
But
mhm, 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 mhm.
I'm not meaning to be mean to you today. It's just coming off that way.
Should we venture forward, see if we can find another grove clearing or something?
Honestly,
Continue
yeah,
on.
probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Feeling the shadows
um,
just glare down on us.
Before we leave, I think Teo does say fuck it and writes run as clear as he can on the ground.
Woo!
Tail leads the way.
All right.
I just
That
try to
gets
keep
through.
a light in front of them as far as I could.
Okay, how many dancing lights do you have out? You are using all
No, let's just use one.
4. Okay. All right. Can I get a marching order then, as you guys move through the forest again? I know
Teo
Zyler's
said
at-
run.
Probably at point. Yeah.
So Elodine is right behind Teo, projecting the light in front.
Zyler's probably in front again.
All
I
right.
think
I'll be,
Zyler,
at the back
Ezreal.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, we have the
Excellent.
our cleric right smack
Before
dab in
it
the middle.
was Zyler,
Again?
Eladine, Ezreal, Theo, Persephone, so that same
Yeah.
order, or
Actually, let's put Ezreal in the middle.
Okay.
All right. Excellent. Okay. Zyler, could I please have you, since you are point, can I have your
Mhm.
survival check?
Survival, yes. Survival, only +1. Okay. Not forestry. Well, that's gonna be 16.
All right. You guys bundle up your ponchos, resling your packs. If you haven't hit the short rest button, you can do so and roll your hit dice if you need it. You feel a little more energized after that fight, physically at least. And you start trudging back into the forest. Zyler, the addition of the dancing light that Elodine's provided is a bit of a double-edged sword. You realize as someone who tracks through forests, you can see things more easily. You can see the I should say the animal runs through the forest, the tight path the animals navigate to avoid the Fey wards. It's slow going because the rain has started turning the forest floor into mud, but with that you're able to go easily. However, the double-edged sword aspect of it, with the introduction of the rain, natural or otherwise, the forest has gotten darker. So while the light is there, it's also throwing shadows through the branches and bushes, and it's getting a little hard to tell that if there is actually an animal or some other creature moving through the woods alongside you, or it's just the trick of the light and shadow. But you also realize it'd be very hard to see without this dancing light at the same time.
We do have dark vision.
Yeah, but
Does
it's
everyone
still not
have dark
helping.
vision?
It's maybe really
It's
Dark
creating
vision-
illusions for us.
Yeah, dark vision also, when it's in use, you don't see color. You see shades of gray.
right, yeah.
I want to slow down a little bit. Take a look at the map that we've been given,
Mhm.
and look for any possible outcroppings or natural figureheads that we can find to help figure out exactly where we are. I think I'm starting to get a feeling that even if we tried to leave the forest, if we wanted to, it still wouldn't let us.
Not at this point.
Unfortunately, the map you've recited is a macro map and not a micro map. So it's literally just, here's a green blob labeled forest. Here's the X's where we believe the grove would be. And figure it out yourself. It's
So we
more or less
do we know
what
where we
someone
like
said.
would have had that encounter in the green blobbish area. of the grove, or is it
Can we mark?
Was
Can we
that a
make
grove?
this our own map?
You
start
you
mapping
could
it out?
you could attempt, but this you have a feeling that being in the forest yourself, it's might be bigger, or your senses might be, affected, making it difficult to tell to kind of compare the map to where you are.
Yeah.
Are there?
This is a world map compared to an area map.
Gotcha. Are there like any trails, footprints, paw prints, anything that I can see that there's like a single direction or something like that for a bit of it?
You with that 16 survival, you kind of crouch down a little bit and you look through the paths, and you see the typical like cloven hooves of deer that are moving through this runs. You see a couple paw prints of other animals, smaller animals. One thing you do realize, though, having fought the druidic beasts, the guardians of the forest, these footprints and animal path markers and such are not big. They're like your typical animals. The druid beasts you fought were large. You have a feeling that perhaps those druidic beasts don't track through the animal runs.
I'd like to see if we can follow sort of, if there's like obviously like a herd of the deer, if we could follow to where they would be going.
Yeah, you can follow those footprints pretty easily.
Yeah, use those as our marker. Follow that path.
In the meantime, while Zyler is doing this tracking, the other I need Teo, Elodie, and Persephone. What are your passive perceptions?
13.
11.
Can you get that tab? Perception, right? 13.
Yeah, passive perception. Okay. All right. As you guys continue along this path, Zyler keeping track of a herd of deer that seem to pass through the area in the past couple of hours, it seems. Although with the mud, it's difficult to tell. Elodine. I'm sorry. Who? Teo, you had 13?
I had 13 as well. Yeah.
13? Okay. All right. Teo and Elodine, as you're walking along, the area is pretty well lit up because of your dancing light. And you kind of check behind to make sure Persephone's keeping up the rear and not lagging behind. There's another dancing light that's in the back of the party.
I am gonna signal to the party to stop, and we turn around to look at the dancing light behind us.
Mhm.
Are they still
For all
moving towards us?
intents- No, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like a dancing light you would have cast. Kind of hit hovering in the back of the party, similar to where the one in the front of the party is.
I'm pretty sure I only have one. I'm gonna reach out and see if I can extinguish the dancing light behind us.
You reach your hand out to extinguish it, and it splits into 4 smaller dancing lights. And
So we
then-
can do a few different things here, guys.
We're being followed.
I can do the rest of my dancing lights and also spread it out so we have a wider area that we are aware of. I can also turn it off.
Turn it off?
Sure.
Okay. So I turn around to the one that I put in front of our party,
Mhm.
and I reach out and I extinguish that one.
When you do, the surrounding forest lights up with many more dancing lights.
I think the druids
All
found us,
I-
guys.
All I can think of is the Weeknd song. Is it Blinding Lights though?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I'm thinking
And-
of.
And as all those lights wink on in the forest, you hear chittering laughter, high-pitched laughter, surrounding, weaving in and out of all of you.
Oh dear. Okay.
Real quick, what language does everyone speak?
I wish I spoke more languages. I speak
Common and primordial.
Dwarvish, and Infernal.
Celestial, Common, Gnomish, and Narikese.
Gnomish?
Elvish and Gith and Kiori.
Elvish?
Those of you who speak Elvish, you hear words. They are not in Elvish, but you can kind of identify that because elves share ancestry with the Fae, as distant as it is. You hear the language of Sylvan. And while you don't understand it, it's kind of one of those romantic language situations where Sylvan and Elvish share a similar root. Elvish is, a splinter of Sylvan. And that's what you're hearing, is Sylvan being chittered and laughed and said around you as these lights seem to grow and grow in number.
We're dealing with the Fae, y'all.
See, they're definitely here.
We wouldn't know like a type of Morse code or anything like that, being like scavengers going out for.
If you guys wanted to establish some kind of secret language amongst yourselves, you could have. You could do that.
So we can do that later. I was
How
going to
long
suggest
would that
like,
take us to learn our own language?
More time than you have in this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't like do the dancing lights Morse code of like, we don't want to be here, but we've been sent to hurt you. Please run.
Yeah, no.
Xyler, you hear a voice almost directly in front of you, but as you look, you don't see anything exactly. You don't belong here.
We don't want to be here.
You're outsiders.
You've heard of us?
No, but I've seen you trapezing through the woods. You've killed the animals.
Oh,
The druid said we could have the blood and the bones of the outsiders.
They would
Those
say
who
that,
do.
yeah.
Those who bring harm to the forest. You brought harm to the forest.
Not
We
through
don't-
our own intentions.
Forced, otherwise you still killed the animals.
I mean, he's not
How-
wrong, guys. He's not wrong.
he's not
How do I
wrong.
get to
We're
find
We
really
did commit a
Energy,
murder, that
y'all.
is true. Several
Uh,
murders, actually.
Is the rest of the party starting to hear this conversation, or they just hearing
Everyone,
Xyler whisper to himself?
This is in common,
Oh, okay.
and you guys can all hear this. Yeah.
Okay.
So, how do you rectify this? We could take your blood and your bones.
Ooh. Does anyone have literally any sort of nature like spells? Like Persephone, can you do something like water to grow flowers or something? That seems
I don't
like a
have
huge
any
assumption of
spells
mine.
like that, I think. I do have my
I
water.
know,
I have
right?
like shape water and stuff, but I need to look here. I have shape water, and then I do have minor illusion.
No, that one wouldn't help. I'm like looking at mirror image. I'm like, this won't help.
You can choose an area of water. Manipulate it in one of the following ways. Move or otherwise change the flow as you direct. form simple shapes, and animate at your direction. Color and opacity.
We don't.
Do I see water around me?
It's raining,
It is
isn't it?
raining.
Water everywhere.
Oh, it's raining. Okay, never mind. That takes
Yeah.
away what I in my mind was
No.
thinking I could do.
So I want to say out loud, we would like to try to help the druids and the forest. So our blood and bones would be necessary for us to do that. But maybe we could offer up other people's bloods and bones
Xyler.
that do mean harm to the druids and the forest.
First, Eladine, I will say make a persuasion check. First and foremost.
I am actually kind of persuasive. No, I'm not. I got
I'm not gonna lie, I had the same idea.
That was perception, not
Oh,
persuasion.
did I do perception?
Yes,
Persuasion.
that popped up on my thing.
Oh, even worse. Okay, let me try that one more time. It's a -2, so a 3.
The Xyler, the voice in front of you reveals itself. You see like invisibility slowly coming down, and you see before you a green, almost elvish, small elvish looking creature flitting in front of you. Let me go ahead and 1 second, and I will reveal it.
We absolutely should have brought the flumps.
We tried.
They didn't wanna.
Yeah,
I
negative
know.
emotion and all that.
There we go.
Yeah, but they could have like picked up on someone else's negative emotions, maybe.
And this creature looks at you, Xyler, and it smiles, and it has very sharp teeth. Why would we take a deal from those who harm the forest when we could take their blood and bones right now? You wish to help the druids in the forest? You should have a very weird way of showing it.
I want to look around. Is there like a stump or something?
It's a lot of
Nearby.
heavy underbrush and bushes and things. Make a quick perception check
Quick
to
perception.
see if you can identify a stump.
I couldn't perceive any stump, even if I tripped over it.
18.
There's a stump a little off of the ways. You can see a couple of those dancing lights have settled on it.
I look at that, and then I look back at the one talking to me, and I say, if we give you a little blood and some bone, will you let us pass?
You mortals are quite foolish, making a deal with the Fae. See, the druids have already made a deal with us. See, you're offering a little bit, and the druids have offered us all. I don't think that's a good deal.
I offer a bit of my own. The druids have offered others.
Yes, the druids said we could have all of your blood and bones. You're only going to give me a little bit.
Or we can give you even more blood and bones by showing. We are. I kind of walk in front of Xyler to the greeting. I bow deferently. Greetings. Like we are bound. The reason we are doing what we do is that we are bound, not by magic, but by threat of force on our very own lives. We are doing this out of survival. But if you would like to attack the people who are forcing us to do this, and we would no longer have to murder the animals of the forest or threaten the druids, we can tell you where they are. And this all stops altogether.
Other people that threaten the forest threaten you. Who are these people?
The druids know them very well. They made themselves an enemy of the druids.
The followers of the gods.
Yes.
The creature looks into the forest and kind of like snaps his fingers. Who the followers were these? And what clatters at your guys' feet is a crusader's helmet, and then another one, and then a tabard that has the same symbol you're so familiar with, a sword with the hilt symbol, and various other pieces of gear that you would recognize the White Rose to wear and carry. These ones. We've already had their blood and bones.
Teo turns to Elodine. You can see clearly he's very he's like, fuck. But he quickly switches back to like a calm face and is like, yeah, even more blood and bones of those same people.
The creature flits close to your face, Teo, as if he's inspecting you. You would make a deal with the Fae, then?
Elodine looks down at her palm where she has that
The
Burn
Infernal
mark?
Brand.
the burn in my hand from that demon, and she kind of like sees if there's anything going on. I'm like, are we allowed to make deals with other people?
With other entities.
I don't know that our first one. Wait, does Teo? Oh wait, that
Teo
was
and
before.
Ezreal. Yep, Teo and Ezreal are the only ones that do
So
not have
Teo
the
is
Infernal
free
Brand.
of this deal. Ah,
Mhm.
fuck, Teo, you could make your own deal with the Fae.
I look at the Fae and I'm like, in return, we never told you any of this.
It looks at you. Are you sure you can make other deals, servant of a dark one?
Ugh, damn.
I can smell it on you. What? And it looks towards the rest of you. We cannot let you leave the forest. See, the druids have entrusted us with guardianship. And you have broken those rights. We'll bring you to the druids. But know that if you step out of line any bit, or kill any more, or harm the force in any ways, we'll feast upon your blood and bones and spare your viscera for the beasts.
Teo bows
Fair.
again.
It's a fair
You go well
warning.
with the side of barbecue sauce if need be.
Oh, we like Carolina Gold. And then it flits away into the forest. But almost like a path is illuminated at your feet of many more dancing lights. But as you look around, you can see there's lots of movement and bright yellow eyes kind of watching you now. Eyes that do not belong to beast but to Fae.
Yeah, Elodine's super uncomfortable. Does not like this.
Teo's refusing to raise his arms because if you see, he's just sweating.
Yeah.
Well, the Fae are not nice. Fae are not.
No, they
nice
are
in my-
not.
No, they are not.
They are,
Nice.
they are very evil, or not evil, chaotic.
Chaotic,
It
yes.
could be evil, yeah. But do you guys follow the now illuminated path that the Fae have provided you?
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All the while, you hear it's still that tittering laughter, that Sylvan and words thrown around. Every so often, you swear, those of you walking along, one kind of pops out of the bush, laughing as it flies over your head. You hear a chant, and it's uncommon, similar to what the other one was speaking. Oh, I cannot wait to eat upon your flesh.
Oh.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But eventually, the woods start to thin out as the trees become more ancient seeming. Also out of place. These trees don't match the trees that the rest of this forest is made up of. And as you get closer, you can see that they are strung with charms and ropes and many other druidic fastenings. Runes have been carved right into the bark, and they are just suffused, steeped, and oozing with ancient druidic magic. And as you pass by these trees, it's almost as if they're forming an arch over your path. And the fake creature that stopped you, Xylar, appears again. We end our path here. You pass under that arch, you'll be seeing the druids. They know you're arriving, we told them. If you must fight them, do ensure that you are not mauled too badly. We hunger so. And with that, the Fae return to the woods, leaving you guys alone in front of the arch into the Druid's Grove.
I just say back, thank you for guiding us.
Elodine has his.
So,
No, go ahead.
As he's saying the last words, "Oh, you shouldn't be thanking us just yet." And then the voice fades away.
Elodine has this moment of like, oh fuck, I just realized what I was doing wrong here, and does some magical tinkering. I can imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of my choice, either a light, a recorded message, an odor, or nonverbal sound, or a static visual effect including up to 25 words of text. That's what I was trying to find before. And just say, guys, I think we're fucked.
I mind wink with Elodie, and I'm like, oh, we've been fucked 7 ways a Sunday since we got here. Because we landed on this God's forsaken planet.
It's not even a job. We're not even on a job.
We're not even
This is our
on
free
the
time
job.
right now.
We're between
And
jobs.
like again in the text is just like, legit, what is our plan heading in here? We need to not harm the forest, apparently.
We are caught in the hardest of rock in a hard place.
Yeah.
You're caught in crossfire between the Inquisition and the Druids. As you guys are kind of standing outside the arch having this conversation, trying to figure out what's happening, you hear a chuffing noise. As you turn to look, you see 2 armored brown bears with that same druidic swirls and markings on their bodies step out of the arch and sit and stare at you. And then between them walks another being, a short, stout halfling, dressed in a robe of leaves and woods, carrying a gnarled staff with a crown of antlers. And you can see that they have a face paint, and it doesn't take much to see that this isn't like ritualistic. This is war paint on their face.
Uh-huh.
And they look at you, and their eyes narrow. You're the trespassers the pixies told us about. The sprites and them.
Yeah.
Would we be anybody else?
I'm just making sure because the Fae are very tricksy like that. You didn't make any deals with them, did you? You didn't tell them your names.
We didn't
I
tell
don't
them
think
our names.
I don't think we said anything about names, actually.
No names.
Good.
No agreements.
Good. You
I
get to
mean, we
keep your
certainly
names.
tried.
Whether they think they have a deal or not.
I'd be careful with that. Anyway, you are trespassers, but as you established, there's really nowhere for you to run. So, I would like to be civil about this. Follow me into the grove. The way this bright leader explained to me about this, something stands off about you all. I could also sense the taint of the white rose upon your bodies.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Follow me then. And he turns and he walks into the arches, but the armored bears kind of saunter as if to get behind you guys to herd you forward.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think any of us are like fighting that. We'll definitely go forward and
All right.
look forward to talk instead of fight just off the get-go.
You enter the Grove of the Buil. It is, you cross the threshold as you pass under the arch, and you realize that this grove is protected by a lot of ancient protection magics, as it was expected, as was reported, as you knew going in. It's a small encampment. You wouldn't be a full settlement. It's more tents and such laid out. You see there's a large central dais, and upon that you can see that there is an ancient-looking druid who sits upon it. Their eyes rolled back, their head snapped up, their mouth open. You can see energy suffusing in and out of them, and you see a protective ward around them, and then guards of both druids and animals, and even some fae, although they're not the pixies and sprites that waylaid you in the forest, are standing guard around this ancient druid. It doesn't take much to realize that that's the source of this druid's protection, is the ancient druid. But your guide, the warden, or the other druid who stopped you, it leads you to a tent in the side. The tents are made of firs and vines and woods. He stands aside, opens the flap, and gestures for you guys to enter.
All right.
The leader of our war band will visit you shortly. I recommend you stay within this tent and do not cause trouble. And do not give any creature your name. Except for us. And then he closes the flap and you hear him walk away. And you're in this tent. It is very, there's a few bedrolls that have been laid out. There's a small pit where you can stoke a fire. But that's about it. It's very bare bones on the earth. At least it's dry, though. What do you guys do in this moment?
Walking in, basically, Elodine wants to stay more towards the back of the group. Mostly because she's super, so not persuasive. And Teo and Xylar and Persephone kind of have more luck so far. But she is looking at the back and seeing what the exit strategy might look like. So she's inspecting the front of the tent, but from behind,
Mm-hmm.
Xylar will just check out the inside of the tent.
It's a tent.
It's a tent. Nice.
It's
Intense.
a tent. There you are with the tent.
I think
yeah. Sorry, go on.
Tail's gonna pray to Kraken real quick and be like, "Hey, if I get fired from the court, you'll be able to destroy all the artifacts. So if you could help me in any way here, help us in any way here, that'd be great. Some guidance, shielding. I don't know.
speaking with your patron in this way, I will say roll a d100. And then, actually, I'll roll a d100, but tell me
no.
high or low. High or low, Teo?
Hi?
All right. You give off this prayer, hoping that your patron's listening. And then all of you in this tent feel the temperature drop by a couple of degrees.
Oh.
The shadows in the corner of the tent you're inspecting elongate once more. The smell of brine fills your noses. And then you all hear this voice. Not just Teo this time. Teo, you and your friends find yourselves in quite a predicament. And
Does
then you
anyone?
feel ancient eyes scan all of you, and you realize this is the first time Teo's patron has been so obvious in his presence. Teo, some of your companions carry brands of the Inferno. You're not thinking of leaving me, are you?
Trying not to.
Very well, then. You'll find yourself in a druid's grove, surrounded by the Fae and their profane rites. What do you wish for me to do here? This is not my domain. This is not my realm, Teo.
I guess at this point, advice, I guess?
Then I ask
also,
you, why do you find yourself
everybody,
in this...
my patron, my team.
Shut up.
I don't want to be rude.
We're all just like in shock. Can we look at the other people in the tent? Are they aware of the voice at all?
It's just you guys in the tent, so...
Oh, just us in the tent. Nobody else is in the tent. We're just
Nobody
sitting
else,
here.
just the group of you, yeah. Well, then tell me, Teo, why are you in a druid grove, surrounded by the profane of the Fae?
You've been conscripted by the Inquisition under the threat of death to destroy these druids, but also we don't want to destroy these druids.
Well, there's my advice for you. Figure out your moral compass, and then the patron slowly starts to disappear.
Massive
stops.
thank you
Wait, can
from
I
the
ask a
DM.
question?
Then it stops for a moment, and then it looks towards the rest of you. If you wish to ask questions or knowledge from me, you must make a contract with me, dear child.
Never mind.
Our
Teo,
moral
the
compass is we
solution
don't
to
want to
this-
kill these druids, but we need to get out of the situation and still keep our heads in our jobs.
I have given you powers, Teo. You're a smart kid. I'm sure you could figure it out. The advice I would give you in this situation is do the job you are sent here to do. Unfortunately, you don't want to do that job, and while I commend your morals, just keep in mind that sometimes the best path is forward. I expect you to retrieve these artifacts still, despite your... He looks around. Side quest. And then he fades away, and the temperature returns.
Hey.
You see why I don't talk to him that often?
He's
Zyler
kind of
just nods.
terrifying. Do we remember if we asked the druid's head about the artifacts?
No, we just wanted to know what they were doing against the
Fuck.
White Rose.
Because what if we talk to the druids about the artifacts? Do you think they care?
Maybe.
My ideas seem to be bad lately, so this sounds like a fun idea of like quitting our jobs and still searching for the artifacts, but for the druids. But I
But
don't know
how?
that they'll want that.
Yeah, how do we get off world?
Yeah, I think
If
they're
we quit our
probably
job.
Doesn't the ship that we bought with our money belong to us?
The ship you're using is a contractor.
Damn it.
So they are in contract to Sabercorp, but they're not
Yeah.
employees of Sabercorp. So
Right.
they decided it's easier to, outsource your fleet needs to already merchant mariners, pirates, and other sorts who are willing to make honest money.
So we could also talk to our crew.
Yeah, we have to get Myra to break their contract.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's
think
a
they want to go on
lot.
Sabercorp's bad side.
It's not that we want to be on their bad side. We just don't want to be on their side at all. Any side, just away.
I mean, like, we want to work with, don't want to get in Sabercorp's bad side.
Right. That's also true. I like our job.
As you're having this conversation, you hear heavy footsteps outside, and then the flap of the tent is opened, and you have to stare up at a very large human, wide and tall, muscle bound. You see blue druidic tattoos across his entire body. He's just wearing essentially what is a druidic kilt. He has, again, that crown of antlers that the other druid had, but these ones seem much more robust, much more sharp, much more deadly. He carries a staff as he enters, and he looks down at all of you. You're the trespassers.
Yes, you could say that.
You've heard of us?
The pixies and the sprites clamor loudly for your blood and bone.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I could see now that you are not the agent of chaos and destruction that you're purported to be. I could see that you might not be much at all. So tell me, how does you, the group of you who are clearly corporate salvagers, end up under the thumb of the White Rose?
We kept
I'm gonna be honest with this. We found out that there were people being held underneath the chapel and tried to free them. And line of events happens, and now here we are.
We found out that they were keeping druids trapped underneath the chapel, and we tried to rescue them. We were unsuccessful.
He cocks his head when you say this. What relation do you have to the Bwheel? Any of you?
None?
A feeling of justice and wrongful imprisonment.
We could
And a
tell that
justice
this was your
as
planet
religion.
first.
And so you, 5 strangers to us and our people and our cause, saw the White Rose imprisoning our people and decided to act, even though you had no connection, even though there was no reward.
Pretty much.
Yeah, essentially.
Rather hot-headed of us, yes.
And not once, but twice you've done this, and that's why you are conscripted to them.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really. Yeah, we just didn't want to die.
He looks at all of you, he contemplates as he's stroking like his very large braided red beard. And then you see his face crack into a smile. And then he starts laughing. Just a big, deep belly booming laugh. You all are fucking insane.
Honestly, the kindest reaction you've gotten so far the past few days.
It's making
Yeah,
me think you haven't heard of us.
No, obviously I have not heard of you, but for the fact that Sabercore salvagers standing as the White Rose just because of a sense of justice is quite amusing to me. I understand everything now. I have a feeling that, as you said, you are wrongful in this, so while we cannot overlook the slaying of our druidic beasts, perhaps there is something else then. Please, don't look so terrified. My name is Nikita. I am the archdruid of this warband. I suppose perhaps having a conversation over a meal and drinks would be better suited than cowering in this muddy tent.
Probably.
Yes, please.
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Do we accept food from the Fae guys?
Well, these are druids, not the Fae. Exactly.
All right. Well, okay.
Break food with the druids.
And he
break
stops and
fast.
he turns to walk out of the tent, and then he stops and he turns around. None of you made a deal with the Fae, did you?
No.
Pretty
Okay,
sure
good.
we didn't.
I mean,
You,
not
you
gonna
all
lie, we
remember
kind
your
of
names,
tried.
right?
Yeah, we
kinda
all
tried,
have our
yeah.
names.
He laughs again when he says, we kind of tried. Insanity. You guys are actually crazy.
They know us as the outsiders.
We've been told this
Everyone's an
many
outsider.
times.
Anyway, he turns
Luckily, we
and he
can't
gestures for you
actually-
to follow.
Make deals anymore.
But he leads you out of the tent into the grove proper. You're getting weird looks from some of the other druids. It's one of those like, oh, outsiders are here and they're wary of you. You pass by that central dais with this ancient druid who's casting these rites, and there's satyrs and centaurs, and they're watching you closely along with the other druids there, but they don't make any moves because you're being led by Nikita, their leader.
Can I roll investigation and just like really check that out as we pass by them?
Sure.
Just
Investigation
wanting-
or Arcana, yeah.
uh
You look, so as you pass by the dais, you see that there's an ancient elvish druid sitting there. You see around them is a magical circle of sorts. There's lots of incense, lots of sacrifices around it. They are completely surrounded by a protective ward, and as you kind of investigate, you see that there are 4 totems on each corner. There's a totem at each corner of the dais, 4 total, that seem to be feeding into this protective ward. And then you see
Okay.
that they themselves, you can almost sense waves and lines of magic coming off the ancient druid that is providing the protection that the grove itself has. And then on top of that, they have physical guards in the form of the centaurs and the satyrs and other more martially bound druids, as you can tell.
nice.
These are,
Yeah.
and you have the feeling these are druids who are not wardens of nature. These are druids who are avengers of nature. You can tell that these are not your kindly druids you might have come across in another time. These are warriors.
Yeah. So they're definitely the ones who are mad at us for killing those
Yeah, they are.
those animals.
Yeah, they are the wheel. These.
Yeah.
They're the wheel
But-
deal.
Hey, you're now an enemy of the Grove. Roll initiative.
Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. 12 plus
What?
1.
Why does the battle music
Initiative
have
plus
Latin? Is that ancient Celtic in the battle music? What's that supposed to mean?
River dance just comes across.
Just bagpipes blare across the grove. You guys are led into Nikita's tent, and it's the largest tent in the whole grove. As you walk in, you can see that it's very much kind of like, how like a ancient general would bring tables and art or whatever to their war tent for a campaign. It's very much the same situation, but instead of nice pieces of art, there are various taxidermied animals. There's an actual pile of hides and leathers in one corner. You can see that there's a small weapons rack full of various weapons, all of them not made with metal. But you can see that there are various hardwoods, stones. He even has this, like an obsidian war club, an Aztec style. But there is set up in the center. There is a table, and there are some other druids who have finished setting the table. Probably his advisors or assistants of some way, shape, or form. They bow towards Nikita, and then they turn and leave, leaving you and the druid's leader in the same tent.
Did we
Please,
harvest
take a
anything
seat.
from the creatures that we slayed? The guardians?
I don't think you guys did.
No.
Okay. I hope they're able to get them for trophy or to harvest themselves and not just go to the Fae to devour.
He takes a seat at the head of the table, and he doesn't even wait for you. He pours himself a drink. It's you can see it pouring out of the carafe. It is like a thick brown liquid, and then he kind of reaches for what looks to be some kind of roast poultry. Rips a leg off it, sets it on his plate, grabs a couple other pieces on the table, and he looks at you, standing. He goes, "Sit, eat, please. You are my guest." And without waiting for you to sit and eat, he starts tearing into his plate of food.
Elodine starts eating.
Yeah, we also sit down and start eating, I guess.
Actually, no, I want to check out my food first before I eat it. Can I do that?
Try the apple.
Try the apple, yeah.
It's
Suddenly,
poison.
there's an old woman in front of us.
Does one of us has like a flask on him? Do I have my flask? Do I have a flask?
I have a flask. It's my...
Inventory.
I'm sorry. I should ask. What are you checking the food for specifically?
Just magic. That anything that would entice us or hurt us.
Yeah, I would say. Do you have detect magic you can cast?
Let's see.
Otherwise, it's an Arcana check with a higher DC.
No detect magic, but here is Arcana 21.
As you sit down, you kind of inspect the food as you pick it onto your plate, and as far as your senses can tell you, without casting, a spell meant for detection, you don't pick up on anything that might, tempt you or entice you to the food. It just looks like food. It's very simply cooked, and it's nothing fancy, but it's simple food. You got your
I think
fruits,
I'm going to
vegetables,
trust
meats.
that it's simple and not like
Mhm.
making me feel like this is the most amazing food. I can't wait to try it kind of a
Yeah.
feeling. I just
It-
eat the food.
Yeah, the combination of very simple fare plus you're not enticed to eat it beyond, your general, man, all we had to eat today was rations.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry. It kind of clues you in that there's no magical trickery with this food.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, I'd like to pour 2 drinks from my flask, one for me and one for the guy that we're talking with.
Yeah. You pour 2 in a cup and you offer it to Nikita, and he looks curiously at it as he takes the cup and sniffs. And he's like, what spirit have you brought me?
Bourbon.
He nods and he
A
slings it
gift
back.
from me to you.
He slugs the whole thing back in one go, and he sets the glass down and he goes, "Oh, that burns, but quite nicely. You understand the gifts of hospitality, my friend."
Drink mine in return, yes.
Excellent. And he pours a glass of the same thick brown liquid for everyone. Please, this warms you up. It's not quite as warming as this bourbon, as you have called it, but it is still a drink of our own. Enjoy. But while we eat, a conversation then?
Yeah.
While I will not name you Druid friend, for obvious reasons. I recognize that you answered the call of action, so to speak, in attempting to free some of our waylaid companions. And while you did not succeed, I do appreciate the thought. Unfortunately, the White Rose has captured many of our kin, including one of our generals. I'm sure that's who might have been in the place you were trying to break free. He takes another slug of his drink. So tell me, what do you intend to do then? I can sense something about you, the taint of the White Rose, so I know that you're not here completely of your own volition. However, we also understand the cruelty of the White Rose and what they represent. So your actions and words here will determine what happens to you going forward.
Well, to put it plainly, the plan that they sent us out here with was to get into the camp and to tear down your walls of protection somehow anyway.
Wait, over the table, can't our shadows still hear us?
We all
Yeah,
believe
need
that
to be
they
aware of
can.
that.
Just... Okay.
They are able to sense a taint. Is it safe to assume, dumb to ask, but is it safe to assume that, like, since we are within these walls, their magical presence might not be as strong, much like it was in the CEO's office?
The Grove sits on its own kind of space. They haven't been able to find us because we have wards against scrying and other such spells. If you bring it with you, however, we cannot guarantee that they do not know what's going on. However, it might be delayed. It might be deafened. He shrugs. If you wish to have this conversation over some kind of guaranteed safety, I can call in one of our more magically inclined, and they could take a look.
That would probably
Teo
be
kinda
smarter.
Teo kind of raises his hand. Is like, I can kind of do that if I have your permission.
He cocks an eyebrow, but he gestures you to go on.
I mind blink with him, and it's like, hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
His eyes widen along with his smirk. Oh, you trespassers have quite an array of abilities. Yes, I do think this will be fine as long as
I
you
can
don't
do a
speak
lot
out
of things,
loud.
actually. All you gotta do is ask.
Do you set up kind of like a network links of everyone?
Yeah, that's what I kind of do.
Okay.
Okay.
You just kind of like bounce messages around like a cell tower, and I'm not going to have you like have the role play like, oh, he says this, swap to another mind.
For sure.
We'll just say you network and disseminate the words.
But
And
essentially,
then
I tell them that we're hoping to look like we failed, so they don't kill us, and we're still in good graces with our jobs, as much as we can be at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something that we can take back to show how detrimental, massive of trying to take this place down.
Or a trap. No, a trick that we can make it look like we were unaware that we were being tricked.
He is eating while he's talking to you in his mind. He's a very large man, and he speaks. The White Rose has been trying to find our groves for a while. That is why we have essentially contracted with some of the more devious Fae. The satyrs and centaurs, unfortunately, were not enough to stop them. Pixies and sprites, however, have proven their value tenfold, despite their...
Yeah, they're scary.
They're good at what they do. But knowing the White Rose, they will be doggedly trying to find this, and if you have failed to find it, I fear for how they might react to you. Their inquisitors are not ones to accept failure lightly. We have learned this one the hard way. That being said, however, perhaps there might be some way we can make it seem like you failed and you've not found the grove. Or, and you see him smile in a kind of like a vicious smile, or you can lead them right to us, and we can take care of the problem. You say your job was simply to turn the defenses off, to remove our protective walls and layers, not to actually fight us, correct?
Mhm.
As far as I'm remembering, yes. Yes.
Then we simply do that. We bring down our wall. We light a beacon for them to follow. When they come into the grove, the walls go back up. And what happens is none of your concern after that.
We could just. I do like this idea, guys.
I will say it is very impressive that you are willing to fight them so directly on in your home territory. They are extremely powerful, so I am a little bit concerned.
I kind of just look around us and I'm like, clearly they're much better than we are. I think we just took on something bigger than ourselves.
True.
Don't we always?
True. Yeah, that's kind of our MO.
I assure you the Buil are well equipped to fight them. This war has been going on since they've arrived, essentially. We're not always like this, but when you poke the bear too far, the bear lashes out. We can fight them. It's not a problem. Now the question lays with you. Will you join the fight? And on whose side?
In a sense, we have. When we tried to rescue those Buil from their cellars. And I think that we've joined on the sense of justice.
Though we admit we do have former alliances and an ultimate goal of finding some artifacts.
We do have other obligations as well.
What other obligations might you have, then?
Everyone, I just kind of turned to Teo.
Stopping a cult that could destroy the universe, essentially, from what you could tell.
Intriguing.
Like not just this world, but several others.
Stopping a resurrection, from what we've been able to gather. Again,
A
something larger
resurrection.
than ourselves.
I see. And you said there's artifacts tied to this.
Yeah,
You-
they're
What kind of artifacts?
body parts.
He
I
has
want
his
to tell him about
compass.
one of the artifacts that we found.
Mhm.
Let's tell him about the arm.
Yeah. So yeah, we found an arm. It's very magical in nature, so much so that we had to put it inside of a container that just not turns off, but like blocks all magic.
He has his cup.
Essentially,
halfway to
body
his-
parts of a dead god that's
Yeah,
trying to come back.
Okay.
He has his cup halfway to
go
his
full
mouth
out
when you
with
say
it.
that.
What?
You say this, and he stops mid-drink, and he sets his glass down gently, and his face goes from this jovial, large barbarian type to stone-faced and stoic as he looks at all of you. And you can feel the sharp edge to his tone now, even mentally. Parts of an ancient god.
As far as we can tell, yes.
Describe to me in detail the magic that these parts can do.
So far, drive people crazy. Another one that was the head. The arm.
We're not telling him about the head, just the arm.
Oh, I mean, so yeah, drive people crazy, and also turn people into other creatures.
Then it is not that one. You're not collect. Who are you collecting these artifacts for? Then not the White Rose, I'm assuming.
No, absolutely not.
Nope.
But also maybe not. I mean, Teo has his own thing. Just keeps throwing it back to Teo. I'm so sorry.
So we are under contract to help Sabercore collect these objects. I'm tasked by a different being to, and this doesn't leave this room. Look at the druid, the archdruid. I've been tasked to destroy them, and I'm hoping to get them all in one spot to have them all destroyed at one go.
So you have experience retrieving artifacts of great power, then.
We're still new.
Sorta. Yeah.
He stands up from the table. He kind of paces, his hands clasped behind his back towards you as he's looking over one of the hides hung up in his tent. But then he speaks mentally still. Do you know what started the conflict between the Bwheel and the White Rose?
We assumed they came and took land that did not belong to them.
Well, it certainly did not help. That was not the reason why.
They took an artifact from me, didn't they?
He nods his head. For centuries, this planet has lain uninhabited by man, mortals, such as ourselves. It was a wild lands of the Fae. Our people were not always the Bwheel. We did not have a name because we did not need a name, but we were guardians of these realms. Protectors granted power by the Fae to keep their lands safe. When the Tricordia arrived, we did not eventually drive them off. We offered them a space, the same space where they lay now, their city. It was the part of the land that we carved away from the Fae for them. We did not see an issue with this. They tried to expand out and we attempted to help them. But the planet itself is angry. Not because outsiders like yourselves, the Tricordia and the White Rose have arrived, but because its very heart was stolen. Artifact, as you said. Our war with the White Rose stems not from their presence on the planet, but from the fact that they have done something so profane against us as stealing the very heart of the planet. And now they attempt to exterminate us because we do not tell them how to use this artifact. And he turns and he looks at all of you. That artifact that we call the heart of the planet, that the Fae keep so close to themselves to build a whole wildlands to protect it, is an artifact similar to what you have described to me. Everything was created by 3 primordial gods. I am sure you can fill in the blanks from there with what you have been doing for Sabercore. This artifact belongs to a different primordial god. One of life, not of madness and destruction like you claimed. So, he turns and he leans his hands on the table and leans over towards the rest of you. I will ask this only one time. Whose side are you on? Because you sit at a crossroads of many paths. I cannot see which path you take, but you must take one.
Of life.
Yeah, life.
So would you excuse us for a moment? And Teo, can you mute him
Like,
on the group
remove him
chat?
from the
mental
mind
group
link.
chat? We're gonna discuss this.
He nods and he turns and he paces. He leaves the tent actually, giving you guys privacy.
I will pour another shot of bourbon for him and me and leave them sitting out for when he comes back then.
Mm-hmm.
You guys do see Teo kind of, his gaze kind of follows Archduke as he walks out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mental link team. I don't have a problem if we get this.
I like this is maybe
one
the
back to
first
these
person
guys.
who's told us like in a you must do something that I'm like for.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My
I
thought
think
is
I
like
like
we
the
could be
drink.
their team on the outside, helping them out.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
mean, we obviously this has to be kind of like a long game. I don't think we're going to be able to go after
Oh,
the White Rose anytime soon. We've proven that multiple times.
Yeah, we are so far away from being able to obtain that artifact
Yeah.
that has to be a long one.
Yeah.
But it is something that I would like to, as a player, be able to get for these guys and return
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure, yeah.
For sure. For sure.
We're just collecting body parts. That's our whole campaign.
The others, Frankenstein.
So we need to figure out
Um,
what side we're on. How are we going to communicate this?
Well, we can.
I don't
just
know. I
mind
just want to
link back.
live.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd
Yeah,
love
so I was
to
kinda
not
like, we're on the
die
side
in
of
this
life.
situation.
Yeah,
Our
I like
lives. All right. Yeah. If you want to mind link and let them know that we're ready to talk.
Yeah, I peek out the tent and like mind link back with him.
Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo.
Little wave at the eyelashes.
He's trying so hard not to be flirty.
Oh, Nikita.
Cutie.
Hey, we're ready for
You-
you.
You call him back in, and then he takes that same serious stance. But he's just standing up to his full height and arms crossed across his chest, and he looks down at all of you. So, what is your decision?
Please come sit again.
I will sit when I know what you have said.
Oh, it was a pretty easy decision that we would love to be on your side.
He nods, and then he sits down. Very well. I understand your position, and I can tell that you are not strong enough to retrieve this artifact. It is held in much security, and as you've learned, their inquisitors and crusaders and what have you are very zealous in what they do.
Oh, they're insane.
I
Fully
can
insane.
assure you most of the White Rose do not know that they have the heart of the planet in their vaults and archives and what have you. But a select few do, and that select few know what they have. I don't expect you to do this right away. But if you have thrown in your lot with us, the Bwil, then we can work together. There are many archdruids, and many have different ideas on how to solve this conflict. We're clans of druids who are disjointed. I might not be the only archdruid who reaches out regarding these things. But if you're willing to work with me, we can bring the White Rose to its knees and retrieve the heart of the planet.
Yes, I
But-
think this is the plan.
Good. Excellent. Then, shall you be taken out from under the thumb of the White Rose, then?
We would love that, please.
Please.
Very well. I will discuss the plan of opening the wall enough and sliding a large enough beacon to attract whatever they wish to do. And then that is that. Your job is done, and the White Rose, if they are anything, they do keep to their word. Unfortunately, their word towards us is extermination. But I digress. One of my fellows will be in touch with you. And they'll let you know how the battle here goes, and next steps you can take to help us in this conflict. That being said, I will have not the pixies and sprites guide you out of the forest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He steps out. He leads you guys out of the tent, and then he kind of says something in a very ancient tongue. You don't recognize it as Elvish or Sylvan. It's for mechanical purposes, because no one in the party is one. It was Druidic he spoke. And a satyr comes up. He has, light mail armor on. He has a couple spears, a quiver of spears, and a helmet over his head. And goes. He speaks to Nikita in that Druidic tongue. Looks at all of you. Looks back at Nikita, nods, and then comes and joins you guys. Greetings. I am here to guide you out of the forest.
Sick.
Awesome.
Excellent. As he starts to lead you out, Nikita shouts back, I feel you've picked the right side, my new friends. Let's hope you can prove yourselves. And the satyr leads you out of the grove.
Oh boy. All right. So as we leave the grove, do we feel the presence of our shadows
Yes.
stronger again?
That presence never really left you.
For sure. For sure.
Does it feel any
Those-
different? Like, does it feel
No,
mad?
it feels the same. It's just-
Okay.
Feels the same. Great. Love it.
Yeah.
I guess. And
Uh,
so now that we're out of the grove, our goal is to go just back to the city then, right? Everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
avoid any White Rose patrols.
Yes, for sure.
And I have to step out now.
Okay.
So
Have a good day.
bye everyone. Enjoy
Bye.
the rest. Don't die.
Don't we will.
Hope you don't.
You sir won't.
That's fair.
Don't tell me what to
Okay.
do. Don't tell me what to do.
Bye.
Dying is always an
Bye.
option.
Persephone's face right now is so funny.
I know, right? It's like an attitude with it.
Goodbye.
Alright. The satyr leads you out of the forest. He leads you to the edge where the main path, the trailhead is. The one that you took your party off of, Xylar, when you realized it was a Fey trick. And he looks at you. Just follow this path. Keep to the white flowers. They'll show you the correct way.
Thank
Oh,
you.
and don't talk to any of the pixies or sprites.
Certainly.
Mm-hmm.
And then he turns and he leaves, going back into the forest.
didn't give anyone our names, right?
No, the only names we gave were the outsiders, and they called us outsiders.
Okay.
In which I
yeah.
replied with, "You've heard of us."
Yeah. That's a trap I 100% would fall for.
Yeah,
I think I
know
almost
not
did,
to
but then
lead you into faith
our deal
circles.
with making was stopped before we got there.
Yeah.
As you guys are walking down this path, you notice that the forest seems brighter a little bit. That the path isn't warping and twisting and leading back on itself like it was before. And you see sprinkled on the edge of the road like these little white clover-like flowers. It's still a bit of a hike going through the forest, but the path is clear and safe for you to do so. However, Xylar,
Oh
you feel
no.
a presence sit on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame. Shame that the druid let you go. I so would have liked your blood and bones. Ah, well. Another time, then. We're always here if you want to make a deal with the Fae. And then the presence leaves, followed by that laughter.
Good.
If I had a nickel for every extra dimensional being that had its eye on us, I'd have so many nickels.
We'd have
nickels.
a lot of nickels.
But a lot of nickels.
You guys stumble into these things all the time.
A lot.
And who keeps
Level
throwing them at
level
us?
5.
Hmm?
Who keeps falling for them?
Hi, we're the
Falling for
outsiders. Would you like to make a deal with us?
We're going through the door that is opened and presented to us.
Yeah, you're
Like
like
answering the call to adventure.
Elodine sees a
Actually,
door.
the
She runs
roll
up to it.
adventure.
The roll adventure, if you will.
It's like the episode of SpongeBob where they tell Mr. Krabs tell him, "Don't put the hooks in your mouth."
A what?
They go in our
Anyway.
mouths.
We've been hooking them elsewhere. It's like Hellraiser up in here.
Oh.
I mean, Taylor's trying to put something in his.
All right. With that being said, you guys make it out of the forest, and you can follow the path back to the city proper, the port of Olympia.
I think we want to
Um,
go home.
Unfortunately, home is not the place you go, because as you pass through the gate, though there's White Rose guards and they watch you pass as always. However, you see that there is a carriage with the White Rose insignia outside of it, and leaning outside of this carriage is everyone's favorite high elf, Inquisitor Sunblade. Her arms cross as she watches you guys enter. She pushes herself off the carriage, steps forward towards you. She looks annoyed, more than her default setting, and she looks at all of you. I was hoping the druids would butcher you and feed your guts to the bears, but here you are. I'm assuming you succeeded then.
Yep.
As much as we could have.
Sorry to disappoint with the lack of being mangled by bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still time, I'm sure you. But before you move forward, she holds her hand up, and popping out of your shadow is the creature she left you with. It slurps back to her, it rejoins her shadow, and then you watch as it kind of swirls up her leg, down her arm into her hand, and it balls there. And she kind of looks into it for a moment.
Oh shit.
And then she nods, and then the shadows return to hers. Well, deceptive or otherwise, it was a clever trick with your mind link. I could not hear that conversation, unfortunately. However, our scouts have reported a path has opened to the grove. Seeing as you stand before me, mostly unscathed, I'm going to make the assumption that a deal has been made. Regardless, the defenses are down. There's most likely a trap, and I'll inform as such, but one will walk into. Just know, I don't like being fucked with like this. But the Grandmaster said not to bother you much further if you complete the job, and the job is technically completed. I hope our paths never cross again. And he gets into the carriage and it takes off towards the cathedral.
Elodine like does a half fake bow of like goodbye.
See ya, bitch.
Yep.
I don't like this lady, y'all.
Super don't like her.
No, I hope the Fae get to eat her.
I hope she goes for sure.
Bye. Have fun storming the castle.
Oh, you don't like the hyper aggro Inquisitor? What?
No.
Nope.
What if I told you she's hot though?
I mean, I'm just
I
seeing
mean,
her.
obviously we
as-
like her, but like
Yeah, I'm
we
seeing her
don't
as, like,
like
Nemesis.
her.
from
We-
Hades 2
we-
right now. So
we like her, but we don't want to admit we like her.
yeah,
'cause
she's
then we
hot,
need-
but
'cause
she's
then we need to-
problematic.
It's okay,
In the
we can
context of the
fix her.
story, she's cool, but in the context of us playing against her, no.
Yeah.
She's hot, she's problematic, and I definitely can't fix her.
No, we definitely can see we cannot fix her.
But yeah, you guys are left unaccosted. Your job is done with the White Rose, as far as you're aware, at least.
As best as we can hope.
Mhm.
We don't feel that oppressive.
Nope.
Shadows.
No more
Shadow.
shadow.
Yeah.
No more shadow.
It's our normal shadows.
Teo, can you
Yeah.
still mind link with him?
Is he too
With
far
Is he
the-
too
away?
far away?
Let me check the thingy. I think it's like an hour.
Okay.
I definitely think there might be a distance attached to it as well.
Must be within 50
Well, at
feet.
least, yeah, I was saying at least
Oh,
both
yeah.
telepathic abilities have a distance and a time limit. So
For sure, for sure.
unless
She'll-
you're Thrakeen, but that's beside the point. No one's
She'll
Thrakeen.
extend
No,
it.
yeah. It would be cool to be able to like, hey, they know they're walking into a trap, but
Mhm.
they should be able to also
Yep.
figure that out.
It's
We
just,
hope.
you know, trust the warrior druids.
We should probably give an update to our supervisor and go see
Yeah.
Jason. Check in on the cats.
Oh, Jason's the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys make your way back to your chateau. You make. Do you write a letter to Jason to bring the Ford, or do you try to find Ford yourself?
We could write a letter to bring to Ford and not have to like update him in person.
I was gonna say if we know that Ford would be at any of the taverns, that we could go there to grab him, buy him a drink, and then be like, "Hey, come with us."
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's have Jason try to find Ford for us.
Just let us know where to go.
Yeah.
As you approach your chateau, you don't need to ask Jason where Ford is. 'Cause
He's
Ford's
there.
waiting for you. He's waiting for you
Let's
For
outside.
sure.
How pissed does he
Um,
look?
His normal amount. His
Okay.
resting angry face. But as you walk up and he looks at you, he kind of gives an imperceptible nod, seeing that you guys survived and you're not savaged. Then he steps forward. I'm assuming your job with the White Rose is done then.
Yes. And we
Yep.
will not be bothering them again.
For
Are you
now.
Sure.
No, don't say that out loud.
He looks at Xylar and he just kind of pinches the bridge of his nose and sighs.
We know they're gonna be a problem later. It's not
I mean, we're
us causing it.
prepared.
It's gonna be them causing the problems
Yeah.
for you.
Listen,
do have
as long as
intel
the
on
job
them.
is
If you want that.
What
No.
what
Yeah.
intel do you have on them then?
Oh yeah.
They may have an artifact. And I'm sure Adam already knows this, but yeah.
An artifact as the ones we are hunting as Saber Core?
I just nod, correct. You want to go
This is
inside?
news. No. I'll come back for the details, or someone will come back for the details, but I think this is something I need to report to Charles as well. He
Come
might
inside.
like to know this.
Let me give you a
Alright.
debrief and a drink,
Sure.
and then you'll have more details to tell Adam.
Just the debrief. I don't need to drink this business. And he follows you guys back into your chateau.
I'll put an empty glass out there for him. He can fill it if he wants.
Mhm.
But yeah, debrief.
We're not telling
you-
him the whole deal. We're only telling him that we were told that they have an artifact
Yeah,
that they stole that we may be interested in.
that Sabercore may be interested in.
Yes.
You give
And
him
that
these
the White Rose
debriefs
is
and-
going to be doing an attack pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
He jots these down in the notebook you give him, or he has, and he nods. Perhaps the Tricordia needs to no longer ignore the threat the White Rose poses. If they have an artifact in their possession, then perhaps it's time to put the pressure on them. I'm sure the Council of Tricordia will be much pleased to hear that. I'll go report this to Whitaker. And good job, all of you. Then he turns and he leaves.
Were the ploofs
Leave me
there?
again.
Did they get that good job? Did they record it?
The flutes are in the garden. You guys were not.
Damn it.
We are gonna bring this up in our performance review.
We got a good job, everybody.
Our boss Guy told us good job. We did it. He patted us on the head.
It's going on the fridge.
I thought we were all gonna die. We got a good job.
Yeah. Only that, they're not as mad as our bosses aren't as mad at us anymore.
Yes, as mad.
All right. But with that, I think with this, we can call this being a shorter session before we get too deep into more RP and storylines and such.
For sure.
Mhm.
There's a lot of threads, and I don't want to leave people out of too many threads. All right. So I think with that, we'll end the session on the good job the party gets from Maddox Ford, their handler.
Hot damn.
All right.
We finally got a good job, guys.
Yeah.
The tapestry weaves tighter, the conspiracies grow, and the shadows elongate further. What next will the party see? We'll find out. As always, thank you everyone for coming out, hanging out, and watching us as we tell the story and weave this tale. Next week, for sure, we will not have a session because, or at least not one in this storyline, because I will be out of town. If there's a one shot, I will leave it to my fellow players. Additionally, again, I'll push it. Do you want to be one of these fellow players? Do you want to join the outsiders and all the chaos they cause and are a part of? Please submit an application form. Or reach out to one of us, either on Twitch or Discord or somehow, and we will get the application form in your hands. We are looking for a 6 party member, 6 cast member, even, to join our crew. So if you're interested, reach out, apply. Please realize that submission of an application does not guarantee an interview, and an interview does not guarantee a spot on the crew. So just keep that in mind, but spread it far and wide if you have friends who also want to join such a live stream. That being said, I'm Zalora. I'm the Dungeon Master. You can find me at Zalora anywhere on Twitch. That's kind of like the hub of my social media these days. come watch, hang out, and do all those fun things. I will pass it on to D.
You're muted.
Hi, hello. Yes, I have the link copied for one, so I'm posting in the chat. Twitch.tv/DMajorQueer. DMajorQueer is also the handle I use for all my social medias. So if you want to find me elsewhere, you're more than welcome to. And I'm gonna toss it over to James.
Hi. You can find me everywhere on socials that I'm active on socials at Evil Superpowers. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'm going to pass it on over to Josie.
Hi, I'm Josie. I'm at MJ Sparkles on here, at MX Josie D on Twitter, and at MJD Sparkles on TikTok. I am not one for consistency.
That's okay.
All right. All right, everyone. Thank you so much once again for coming out. We will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Farewell. Bye. Avisen. Adios.
Bye.
Sayonara.